At a busy railway station in the heart of a city, there lived a beggar who survived by asking for alms from passengers traveling on the trains that stopped there. One day, while begging, he noticed a tall, well-dressed man who looked very wealthy. The beggar thought, "This man surely looks rich. If I ask him, he might give me a good amount." He approached the man and started begging. The man looked at him and said, "You always ask from others, but have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar replied, "Sir, I am just a beggar. I have nothing to give. How could I possibly offer anything to others?" The man then said, "If you cannot give, then you have no right to ask. I am a businessman, and I believe in give and take. If you want something from me, you must give something in return." With those words, the man boarded the train and left. The beggar sat there, lost in thought. Those words struck a chord deep within him. He wondered if the reason he received so little was because he had never given anything in return. But he kept asking himself, "What can I give? I have nothing." For 2 days, the question troubled him. On the third day, while sitting near the station, he noticed a small cluster of flowers blooming on nearby plants. An idea sparked in his mind. "Why don't I give flowers to the people who give me alms?" he thought. Excited, he plucked a few flowers and went on to beg again. That day, for every coin he received, he offered a flower in return. To his surprise, people appreciated the gesture, smiled, and kept the flowers with them happily. Encouraged, the beggar began plucking fresh flowers every morning and giving them to those who helped him. Slowly, he noticed more people started giving him money. But on days he ran out of flowers, fewer people gave him anything. One day, as he begged on a train, he saw the same tall man who had once challenged his thinking. Eagerly, the beggar approached him and said, "Today, I have something to give you. Please accept this flower in return for alms." The man smiled, gave him money, accepted the flower, and said, "Wonderful! You've become a businessman like me." Those words once again echoed in the beggar's heart. This time, they lit a fire inside him. He stepped off the train, looked up at the sky, and shouted, "I am not a beggar anymore. I am a businessman. I can become rich." People around him thought he had gone mad, but he was determined. 6 months later, at the same station, 2 well-dressed men were traveling. One recognized the other and offered a handshake. "Do you remember me?" he asked. The second man replied, "No, I don't think we've met." The first man smiled and said, "We've met twice. Once, you refused to give money to a beggar. The second time, you bought flowers from him." The second man was stunned. "That was you? But now you look so successful. What are you doing?" The man responded, "Yes, I was that beggar. But today, I'm a successful flower merchant traveling for business. You taught me an important rule, one that changed my life. We only receive when we give." I realized I was never just a beggar. I was always a businessman. I just didn't see it. People weren't giving me charity. They were paying for the flowers I offered. I saved that money, bought more flowers, and built a business. Today, I run a large flower business because of the rule you taught me. Both men smiled, and the train moved forward. This story teaches us a powerful truth. We are often limited not by our circumstances, but how we see ourselves. True change begins in the mind. When we shift our focus from taking to giving, we unlock the door to growth, opportunity, and prosperity. The rule of give and take is not just a business principle, it's a life philosophy. No matter how small you start or how hopeless your situation seems, if you change your mindset, take action, and believe in your worth, you can transform your entire life. Just like the beggar who became a businessman, success begins with how we define ourselves and how much we're willing to give before we receive.